Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Arcane Arcana, a Skyrim Let's Play. Welcome to Chapter 9, Part 1. Yes, we have turned over a new chapter, and we are now at the beginning of Chapter 9. When last we left off, in Chapter 8, Part 8, we had just done a little dungeon crawl through Avanchenzell. And now at this point, Fleet has chosen to split up with his followers. He is moving on solo. He is leaving his followers, Lydia and Nefay, behind at Avanchenzell. When the weather clears up, those two will be getting on their horses and heading back to the Eagle's Nest. Fleet needs to go solo at this point. He has got something of a mission of the spirit to attend to, and this is something that he doesn't want anybody's company for. It is also one of those things that he's a private person and he kind of wants to pursue this away from prying eyes. This will be interesting because this is going to be just a little bit of a walkabout for him. He is on his way back to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary ultimately, but it'll be a few episodes before he gets there. He's going to make several stops along the way. He's going to check a few things out, figure out what it means to be Dragonborn. He's going to make the climb up the 7,000 steps, but this is something he feels he needs to do alone. So he has separated himself from his followers and will be going solo for a little while here. And in the end, doesn't that seem like how Fleet wants things to be anyway? He's always been sort of a solitary person, and now he's been thrust into this situation where he is the Dragonborn. He has notoriety that he doesn't necessarily want. He's got followers that until very recently he didn't have. He is in a position now where he's actually beholden to other people. There are other people counting on him, in other words. Not that he owes anyone anything, but other people are counting on him. And that adds a layer of pressure and stress that Fleet, as a person, is not used to having. He's also put down roots, right? He has a home, and that home has 2 staff members that basically live there and care for the place. He's responsible for them as well. There was a long period of time, of course, if you followed this story from the beginning, where he was nothing more than a mountain man, really, living in caves, wearing furs. For the longest time, that was his M.O. And now everything's been sort of turned on its head. So, interesting turn of events. So I think that for Fleet, these rare occasions when he is able to basically get away from everyone and just kind of say, leave me alone, I need to isolate, I need to be alone with my thoughts, that he would do that. He would relish that. Because the further he gets down this road of becoming Dragonborn, the less likely he is to have that sort of solitude anymore. So here we are in Iverstad. My thought is it's probably not a great idea to hit those steps in the dark, especially when it's raining out. So we are going to stay here for the night. We'll get a room here, head out in the morning. Hopefully the sun will be shining.
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute? If you fancy a bit of music, let me know.
What do you play?
Depends. Are you thirsty, hungry, both?
Got the wine. Yep. That. Maybe go for the fish. Fleet strikes me as, overall, being a light eater.
I play the lute. If you'd like to hear something, it only costs 5 gold.
5 gold. Let's flatter the heck out of her here. Merely
That's so
5
sweet of
gold?
you. I'll tell you what. I'll play a special song just for you, for no charge at all.
That would be lovely. Look at that. Speech increase, too. Excellent. Quiet moment. Hang on, just got to check something, and then we'll get back to the tranquility of the moment here. And he looks over his sword. That kind of ruins the moment. There was something almost touching about the way that just happened. Well, thank you. And then she walks away in silence. Only in this game can that kind of stuff happen. Interesting. All right, we warmed up a little bit. Got a little bit of food. Let's get a room.
To High Hrothgar, of course.
Yes.
If I were you, I'd keep away from the Barrow on the east side of town.
What?
It's haunted.
Haunted Barrow.
The Greybeards are a solitary lot. I don't think they've ever ventured outside their monastery. We get the occasional pilgrim passing through here on their way to the summit, but almost all of them have returned disappointed. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
So we'll get the room. I want to hear about this barrow.
There ain't much more to tell. They're haunted. You should stay away. Look, I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. When it glared at me, I swear it burned right through my soul.
Do the spirits haunt the town as well?
They seem to be sticking to the Barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted Barrow?
I could investigate for you.
If you think there's anything you can do, be my guest.
Shroud, Hearth, Barrow.
About a year or two ago, some fella named Windelius came through. Said he was some kind of a treasure hunter. I warned him not to go in there, just like I warned you. The very next night we heard screams from the Barrow, and that was it. We never saw him again. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
That would be good.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Well, let's go ahead and wax nostalgic for a moment. For those of you who have been following the story since the beginning, you will remember
I think I saw it again.
way back when
Cloaks.
Fleet first joined
It
the
was
Dark
over by the
Brotherhood.
Barrows.
He was on his very
thing's
first
evil,
mission,
Ridley.
which was to
I
kill
told you to keep
Narfi.
away from them.
And he arrived here in Iverstad for that mission. It was his first time in Iverstad. We carried out that mission in the dead of night, and after killing
I'm
Narfi,
sorry.
we
I was
ran
curious.
across
I
town
didn't believe the stories.
and out the north
won't
side
go
of
over
town,
there
right
ever
past
again.
that barrow, so Fleet will
See that
know
you don't.
exactly where that location
I promise
is.
to keep you safe.
He doesn't have to hunt for it, in other
I'm
words.
not going to break my word.
And I think,
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute?
no, we did that. That moment's gone. So, I'm thinking Fleet's going to do this. He just got here, he paid for his room, it's early in the evening. Why not spend all night adventuring in a nearby barrow. Fleet is a man of action. He is a man of action. He's looking for adventure. He's looking for something to do. He's looking for something that will stimulate his brain, maybe allow him to not think about some of the other stuff that's on his mind, which is the more mundane stuff, the stuff associated with his responsibilities and his plans and, you know, all the political machinations of what's going on with the Dark Brotherhood. This is an opportunity to go and explore and do something engaging and interesting for himself. So, why sleep when you can exercise the skills of your trade all night long? So we are going to allow ourselves to be sidetracked, because that's what Fleet feels like doing right now. So just a word about the last episode. If you remember, at the last episode, I placed some significance on the swords that he has acquired. And I thought I would just talk about that a little bit, briefly. One of the things that maybe is not so obvious quite yet, but will be in the near future here, is that what I've essentially done here by... These swords are part of the story for me. They're part of the direction that I'm going with this character. And they're very much story elements for me. Anybody who knows me and has been watching this Let's Play knows that I'm not a power player. I play for the story. And these two swords have kind of this beautiful sort of ancient look about them. Something that, you know, they look important. They look ritualistic. They look well used. They look like items with history. This guy. God, I wish I could just shoot him right now. I think we have to go over in this other small chamber to open it up. But essentially what I'm doing is I am trading damage for what I believe is something that will reinforce the story. So, the Black Sacrament swords that I have do really crazy amounts of damage. I mean, I think that those two swords right now are, you know, the base on them is 50 points of damage for each sword. These swords are more typical swords. They're more like, you know, the standard Skyrim blade sword type damage. However, they have the aesthetic that I'm looking for, and they sort of reinforce the mood, and they reinforce the direction I want to take Fleet as a character. One of the things that we've been talking about is Fleet 4.0. What comes next? He's in his 3.0 mode now, which has been this very dark character, and where is he heading? I think, you know, that remains to be seen. I have some plans in my head. These swords kind of play into that a little bit. But I see Fleet becoming a more sophisticated person, and if you can imagine, maybe more complicated. I think the decisions that he has to make now are becoming more and more and more complicated by the day. We take all of the Dark Brotherhood stuff, we pile it on top of the Thieves Guild stuff and all the things that took place with the Nightingales, and then we pile on top of that his schemes around the Civil War, and then on top of that we sprinkle the Dragonborn stuff. You pile all that up and it turns into a real rat's nest of decisions and competing interests, and I think that there are a couple of ways that Fleet could go. He could either let all this stuff overwhelm him and he could kind of go bananas and maybe go down one road and leave everything else behind. Or he could become a more graceful, more sophisticated, more open type of person, more flexible. There's certain things he'll never flex on, at least not in his current state of mind. He just, the religious question is always going to be a big one for him. That's going to be an area where he has less room for flex, as evidenced by part 7 of chapter 8, where he turned his back on the Nightingales because of it. But I think there are other ways in which he could be swayed. He could be more flexible. He could be, I think, more open in his views or his ways of approaching the world. So, here's this guy. We're going to take him laying down. Wow, that was dramatic. So, I think part of being more sophisticated is changing the way he operates, the way that he looks, and that's a reflection of what's becoming important to him. And the Black Sacrament swords that he crafted and has been using for such a long time now, they are certainly effective. Certainly effective. But I see him now as he begins to realize that he is more than just an assassin. He's more than just a killer. There's a weight of responsibility on his shoulders associated with being the Dragonborn of the kind that he has never even thought about before. So it's going to change his outlook. Here is the Journal of Wendelius. I don't know if we'll read all of this. I've set up camp inside the Barrow. It has to be the place. According to all of my research, the burial chamber should be located here. All I need is some time undisturbed to find the claw. Okay, he came close to entering the Barrow, but I was able to scare him off by rattling some pottery shards in a bag. These people are far too superstitious for their own good. Gives me an idea. After a few failures, I've come up with a mixture that should do the trick. The glow is perfect. I should look exactly like one of the supposed spirits the people of Iverstad believe haunt this Barrow. Success, it worked. Better than I could imagine. All I had to do was wander about the entrance to the Barrow. Okay, he waves his arms about. Alright. It isn't here. It can't be here. This isn't right. It must be the people of Iverstad. They must be on to my ruse. Okay, so this Wendelius guy, he's the character that the barkeep told us came through before. He's obviously, or was, a treasure hunter. He developed a potion, found a way to make himself appear as if he were a ghost or a spirit, and basically scared everyone away from the Barrow so that he could conduct, I guess, his treasure hunt privately. Although, judging by these journal notes, it looks like all the time in the Barrow and maybe the effects of his homemade potion drove him mad. That would be my guess. Because this last entry is just rambling. Calls himself the Guardian. So, is it just me, or is that a very Scooby-Doo kind of plot? You know? Make yourself a little potion, you put on a disguise, keep away the meddling kids, look for your treasure. I like it. So, basically the long and the short of it, people, is I have injected these two swords into the game because I believe that they, in part, will set the stage for Fleet's next transformation, where he has to be more than the listener. He has to also be the Dragonborn. And there's something about that that seems important, and I think, some kind of ancient-looking, well-used swords that are blades that have some significant history, seem like they would be more fitting with the Fleet 4.0 image, which we will probably be seeing by the end of this chapter, I would think. Let's talk to the guy again.
We don't get many visitors through here. Unless... Need a room?
Wilhelm.
Need a drink? You name it.
Found this in
Let me
Shrouded
see that.
Barrow.
I can't believe this. It was all just a fabrication of this Wendelius character. I can't believe we were so stupid. Well,
This is so
least
funny.
I can do is give you something for taking care of him.
Wilhelm gets
If
his
you won't
revenge
accept it as a payment,
because he
consider it
had
a
the
gift.
freaking claw the whole time. Sitting behind his bar. That's awesome.
If you pass through again, stop by for a drink.
Poor Wendelius. Spent a year living in a barrow, driven mad, conducting experiments on himself, and finally killed by some random adventurer who happened through the place. All for a claw that was behind the bar the entire time. It's tragedy. Tragedy. Like Shakespearean kind of tragedy. Alright, so we have the claw now. Of course, we found the door our first time out. So let's go investigate. See, now Fleet is really sucked in. Once he sees the puzzle door, he's thinking to himself, okay, I've seen one of these before, and last time I saw one of these, there was a word wall behind it, and a lot of other crazy stuff. And that was before he knew that he was Dragonborn. Now he understands what the word walls mean. Finding out that he is just, staying in a tavern that's a few hundred feet away from a barrow containing one of these puzzle locks and potentially a word wall would be like crack for him. He would have to stay up all night. He would have to dig through it. He would have to investigate. That's how I kind of see him right now. He's at this stage where he hasn't fully realized the significance of being the Dragonborn. Some of that stuff is coming soon. Right now, it's more about rabid curiosity, where he's trying to take it all in, and he's trying to investigate as much as he can, trying to find out what all this is going to mean. But there are some things about being the Dragonborn that he's really only going to learn from study, either with people like the Greybeards or the Blades, or from reading books, doing research, historical accounts of Dragonborn, of days gone by. So right now, he's a man who's just extremely curious about what's going on. Nope. Oh, get me up here. Come on now. Alright, here we go. There's one. Alright, I'm going to try to draw them to this corner. Come on around that pillar. There he is. Now I counted 4 crypts, unless I missed one. I think we popped 2. Okay, that's 4. 4 open now. One more Draga. Wait. I'm hearing number 5 open now. Where are you? Ooh. He's the boss. One more. Stand still. There you go. Nice pattern. Okay, all is quiet. Alright. I'm going to go around the chamber here and loot these guys before I open the gates, just in case there's any other nasties. we're closed in here. I think the idea was to trap us in here and then all the Draugr would mob us and kill us. So we're relatively safe now that they're all dead. We take care of our business, and then we move on. So I did miscount the crypts. I tried to take a little inventory when I came in the room, and I counted 4. There was one I missed. Oh, floor trap. I could investigate what's in that nasty water, but I'm not gonna. Alright, where does this go? Alright, it doesn't go that far up, so we'll check out what's up here. Oh, master lock. Alright, here we go. Oh no. I don't know what the best method is here. I tend to go back and forth. So, there we go. Now I found the soft spot here. So, you know, I'll always try straight up first, just in case I'm lucky, which doesn't normally happen. Then I'll go a little bit left, and I'll give that a try. And then I'll usually go an equal portion to the right of center and try that, and I keep going back and forth a little further each time. That's kind of how I tend to approach it. I don't know that there's a right and wrong way. I mean, you have to cover the territory somehow, right? I just generally start from the center at the top and I work my way down both sides simultaneously. It seemed to work okay for me. Now we got our lockpicking here, got us up a level. Got a little loot out of that too. That was kind of nice. Let's continue on through here. Alright, let's set this trap off. There's something down the hallway. Let's see what this does. Oh! That worked great. Little skeletal explosion. Okay. What we got in here? Hey, I see a chest in there. Oh! Gotta do this. Oh, shoot, I missed. Come on now. Can't believe I missed that. Oh, one left. Oh, he walked into it. Brilliant. Yeah, that first shot was crap. I didn't get a full pull on the bow. I was panicking a little bit because I thought they were going to leave the circle before I could get the shot off. Worked out okay, though. Let's trip that. Ooh, that was close. And I had a feeling that thing was going to fall, so I rolled out of the way just in time. I'm absolutely certain that I have done this Barrow before with other characters, but none of this seems familiar to me. I don't know why. Not even a little bit. Oh. More Draugr. Alright. Let's get down here under this ramp. See where they go. I'll put one up here. Be nice if I could get them to come into that little spot there. Okay, here we go. You can see him through this crack. Yeah, take that. One more. There's one down. Trying to keep him up there, but I'm not sure he wants to stay. Draugr are particularly susceptible to misdirection, I find. More so than bandits, for example. There we go. Just need him to pause. There it is. All right. Where is he? Oh, he's here somewhere. Laying in the dark. Probably not worth wasting too much time on. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, tripwire. And Draugr. Neutralize him first. Then we will jump this. Okay. That guy looks like he's going to get up, so we are going to nip that. There's another one. Little bits of gold, a little bit at a time. Alright, big spike wall here. We may be able to use this to our advantage. This hall, okay. Here they come. There's at least a couple of them. Let's settle in the corner here. I'm going to try to draw them up the hall. And when I get them into position, we're going to trip that spike wall and allow that to do the dirty work for us. Spike wall, 2 dead Draugr. Oh, that seems important. This is the key that will probably get us into this half of the Barrow. Okay. I just love these environments. They're so amazing. And I can totally see a guy like Fleet going in here, you know, on his own, in the dark, feeling comfortable, doing his thing. I think about myself going into a place like this. Never in a million years. Granted, I don't have the skills that Fleet Featherstone has, but still. Dark, undead roaming around, and for him it's like business as usual, so. Okay, there's a guy in there. Let's see if we can find a spot for a shot. I'm right on the edge. Look at this. Right on the edge. I don't think I can move over any further. A little bit. Let's see if I can thread the needle here. Oh, no. A little to the left. And again, a little bit more. There we go. And we just let him come to the door, finish the job. That worked out okay. Alright, here's a puzzle to decipher. Let's see if we can figure this out. Okay, these are those rotating doors. There's 4 of them. Alright, so my guess is the answer to the puzzle outside this room is behind each one of these doors. So let us try this switch. Yes, that rotates a door. Okay, great. Alright, so number 2 is bird. And nothing else revealed yet. Now, one looks like probably a whale. Okay, whale and bird. And what? And whale, bird, snake. So I think it's whale, bird, snake, whale. Try that. Snake. Let's just double check in case there's a trap, so we'll be extra sure. My hunter is right, but better to play it safe, right? Better than a poison dart in the eye any day of the week. There we go. Alright, there's a dude up there. Draugr. You think he made that sound because he saw the arrow coming at the last second and said, "Oh my god"? That was kind of Draugr speak for "oh my god." Oh. Alright, here's another wall. I don't know how this one is tripped, however. I always get a little leery of these. Every once in a while you... Oh, there it is, tripwire. Yeah, see? Man. You may be immune to pressure plates, but not tripwires. So, even with the Lightfoot perk, you gotta stay on your toes all the time. Man, this barrow is way bigger than I remembered it. Keeps going. Like I said, I know I've been through it before with at least one, if not two characters, for sure. Because I know I have player homes where, you know, the Sapphire Claw is sitting on the desk. So I had to have been through it before, but so much of it just doesn't look familiar to me at all. Alright. Okay, this looks like the main chamber, right? It's gotta be. Let's do this. Here we go. Here we go. Archer in action. Let's get busy. Wow. Oh my gosh. They keep coming. Okay. I'm gonna pick this guy. Alright. We're picking them off fast, but I'm getting a little bit nervous about not changing position yet, so let's make that happen soon here. Another one up there. Oh, he just jumped. Alright, we gotta move. We gotta move. Oh god, I don't feel like I can move. Okay, now I think we've gotten through the skeletons. They're starting to send Draugr at us now. Yep. Restless Draugr. Okay, buddy. You see that it's silhouetted against the candlelight? Perfect target. Oh, this is awesome. This is fish in a barrel stuff. This is... Oh, here we go. Where are you going? And another one popping up over here. Nice long one. Oh. Didn't even get the weapon out. Here we go. They keep alternating sides. Where are you? Bam! Oh. This has got to be... Yeah, this has got to be the main man. Okay, we got to... Now, he's a bit dangerous. He could take a few shots from us before going down. So, we want to play it safe with him. Okay, he's still clueless about our location. I'm going to put one into that pillar and then change position. These guys are smart. See how quickly he went to the source? Gotta be super careful with these guys. Put one into the other pillar, and we're going to get some distance. We need some distance between us and him. I need to be able to have plenty of time to react. Okay, he's coming down. Man, he's way smarter. Okay, we gotta move right away. We can't dawdle. Because he makes up his mind quick. Look at him come already. There we go. I think that was a right play, putting some distance between us and him. That's the only thing that gave us the time we needed to react. I was actually really amazed at how fast he decided to ignore the impact site and come to the source of the shot. It's pretty impressive. I guess that's why he's the boss. hate the idea of going in this water, but you never know when these guys are going to have a key or something like that. So, I don't know how many we killed in that flurry, but that was awesome. That was a fun time. I like that. I like the intense work with a bow like that is super fun. I think that is the reason I play characters that are primarily based on archery skills, just because I really love those kinds of scenarios. The sword play is awesome. Love it. Love that too. Having a character that can do both is the ideal setup for me. Okay. Looks like we continue through here. This is a little deceiving. Normally you associate these tunnels with the end of the quest, like, you know, when you're leaving. Look at that. That's gotta be a trap. Sure looks like a trap. I don't know. Well, we'll approach maybe from the side here. Approach from the side. We'll get just close enough. Just close enough, and then grab and back away. Yeah, okay. Just, oh yeah, you can hear the stuff coming. So what I did is I quickly opened the chest and backed away. The game mechanic causes you to stop, forces you to stop in order to go through inventory, but at that point I'm already backpedaling, and that's enough to get me away from whatever's coming down. The rest of this doesn't look like stuff I'd want, so we're going to leave it. Here we go. Here is the payoff, the word wall. I don't really even know what word this is. Kind's Peace. That's a good one. That calms animals. That would be a great one. Actually, that would be a great one on the trail. All those stinking bears and stuff. What I need to do is find myself a mod that will allow me to shout from the saddle. That would be ideal. There's got to be one, right? I've never researched it. There's got to be one. If anybody knows a good one, one that is stable, send me a link. Put it in the comments thread. Because I could actually see using Kind's Peace on the trail, you know, instead of getting into slugfests with those bears, just use that shout. Equip that shout when you get on the horse, and off you go. That's kind of like your travel setup, you know. Okay. I gotta say, this was a fun little Barrow. Nice little side quest. Something to get Fleet's blood pumping. For him, this would kind of feel like the good old days. Finally getting out, you know, on his own again. Nobody to tell him what to do. No expectations. Just kind of, we're exploring a Barrow today. So this one, again, in case you missed it, is called Shrouded Hearth Barrow. And it is the Barrow located right in Iverstad. Very convenient to get to, very easy to find, and a lot of fun. That was great. That is classic Skyrim, my friends, and that brings us to the end of another episode. I want to thank you for taking the journey with me, and until next time, may all that you do be swift, quiet, and deadly. To all Skyrim assassins, I salute you. Silence is our battle cry. You've been watching Aranis Arcana, a Skyrim Let's Play. If you liked this video, please rate, like, and subscribe. For more information on this and other CouchWarrior broadcasts, Visit me on the web at www.couchwarrior.tv.